接下来呢是另外一所学校 Suffield Academy。
What I love the most is definitely the sense of community.
The grades are big enough that you have a wide variety of people to connect with, but also small enough that it remains a really strong relation throughout the grade and other grades too.
Everyone says hi to you. Like when you're walking to class, even if they have their headphones in, they're smiling at you. It's just such a nice place to be.
Like at sports games, like everyone gets really rowdy,
Yes.
which is so fun.
Oh, I know better than
I'm a better.
The community here is accepting to all sorts of kinds of people.
I'd say because of the diversity. Just among my friends, some of them are potential D1 athletes, and then others are making portfolios for art colleges.
All the extracurricular activities, like all the clubs, all the sports.
The bagels are so good, and their milkshakes.
The mac and cheese, second to none.
My first day here, I was really nervous, but then I went to the international lunch and I met so many people, and I just remember how excited I was.
Something as simple as having a good meal creates so much happiness amongst us, and the dining hall is that.
I think it's easy with sit-down lunch to automatically think, oh, you're separated from your friends, and to be different.
Talk to people that I normally don't talk to, but it's everyone's open and friendly, and they really want to know how you feel.
Not only is the community just amazing, the fact that our campus is so beautiful and warm and welcoming, even in the winter, it's amazing. Every student once in their Suffield career takes a picture of the Suffield sunset and captions it, #Suffsets.
Tiger games is just so fun, just to see everybody together.
I think that's like a really good indicator of the Suffield community because you see everyone is like involved, they're all cheering for each other.
Before I came to Suffield, I was at a junior boarding school called Fay. By the time I was leaving, I felt completely comfortable. I've only been here for 2 years, and at Fay I was there for 8, and the way I felt at Fay is exactly how I feel now at Suffield.
You just feel welcome, you meet different people immediately, you feel like you're wanted in the community.
Coming to Suffield, I immersed myself into my classes and I constantly got challenged every single day, and that's one of the things that I love the most.
I love the classes here. They're all really interesting, like all the teachers are really engaged.
They will make time for you, and I think that's really special.
It's less of like teacher-student, it's more like teacher and learner.
Wait. Okay, go.
So it acts more like a spring. You see that?
I feel like my teacher does a great job of engaging us. I do have a lot of questions myself. She always knows the answer, and if she doesn't, she can get to it somehow.
The periodic table has almost all of the elements known to mankind, and yes, they do have uranium, if that's what you're wondering.
My relationships with my teachers here have been great, especially with my Spanish teacher. She's just full of energy all the time. It gives me faith in myself that I can survive in a Spanish community for maybe a day or two.
Something that surprised me about the program, which was great, was how easy it was for me to get into it on my own and let my creative side decide what I was going to do.
Mr. Butcher and Ms. Graham really helped me with graphic design, art for honors. I'm so happy I found that complete center here at Suffield Academy.
I'm going to Parsons for integrated design, so all types of design are open for me.
During performances, I always feel very supported and excited because when you look out into the audience, you see most of your classmates and faculty.
I play somewhere around 3 instruments, and I do theater, so I'm usually in the PAC.
I really love it. It's one of my favorite parts about Suffield. I love coming here a period every day and starting off with Avid's class.
Advanced vocal tech and staging.
Yes.
Everyone is assigned a college counselor in their junior year, and they work with you to get a list of what you like in a college or what the kind of experience that you're looking for. They help you narrow down that list, work on applications.
The more you work with your college counselor, you start to realize that there are way more options than you probably think of. Even though I thought I wanted to be a lawyer for the past 14 years of my life, and maybe I want to do business, maybe art or something.
I feel like our college counseling system is the best. They're always open their door for you, and they become a part of your family on campus.
Leadership at Suffield is a 4-year program. Through the years, you get to learn to give back to the community.
One of our main things was focusing on public speaking and building confidence doing it.
I am just so excited I got to share this story with all of you. Thank you.
My leadership skills are so much better than they were. I couldn't speak in front of a class, and now I gave a chapel speech in front of the entire school.
When I first came to Suffield, I had the intentions of continuing my athletic and academic careers at the next level in college. This is the place to be if you want to be able to succeed and get pushed to the next level.
My coaches allowed me to have a leadership position no matter what year I was in, whether it was freshman year, sophomore year, and it's made me not only a better field hockey player, but also a better athlete in general.
I've actually gotten to do the high ropes course a couple times through our solo program, which is an after-school program here at Suffield. I will say from the bottom, it doesn't look as scary as it really is.
It can be a little challenging when you do something that you might not be too comfortable doing.
It's a super cool experience, and it's really fun to be up there and just knowing that you're gonna be okay, you're safe.
Suffield has taught me to be independent, to be strong.
I've driven past the school all the time, and I've always thought, oh, I really want to go there, and now being here, it's just like better than I thought it would be.
Suffield is like a place that really allows me to be myself.
The people here have made me feel so comfortable and safe and welcome.
I'm very happy to be a part of the Suffield family.
And no matter who you are, I'm pretty sure you could find a place to fit in.
With these two right here, I've had some great memories that I'll definitely remember forever.
I think here it's impossible not to find a friend for life.
It's bittersweet to see freshman year Laura because she's cherished every single moment since then. I'm gonna cry.
那么也非常感谢他的时间。对于很多家长肯定对 Suffield 也是有很好的一个了解的。那么 Suffield 呢 ，Suffield Academy 呢是来自于康州，它也是一所非常著名的寄宿学校。那么学校有着非常独特的领导力项目，它的文理教育也是非常非常优秀的哈。那么我们今天邀请到跟大家见面的呢是学校的这个招生副主任 Mr. Andrews。So hi, Mr. Andrews.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for joining us today. You know, we are very excited to learn more about Suffield Academy in the next 35 minutes. So I'm going to be your translator. So you can start whenever you are ready. You can share your, like a presentation if you want. I think it might be easier for you to control from your side.
Great. Yeah, just give me 1 second and I'll pull that up. My name is PJ Andrews, and I'm the Assistant Director of Admission here at Suffield Academy. So I'm super excited to meet with all of you today and kind of just tell you a little bit about Suffield and answer any questions that you might have.
那刚刚我也介绍过了哈 ，Mr. Andrews 呢，他是 Suffield Academy 招生副主任哈那么接下来呢，他会大家分享一下关于 Suffield Academy 的一些信息。那么在讲座的最后呢，也非常就是会预留一定的时间跟大家一起去沟通和交流。Sure.
Great. So just a little bit about Suffield Academy. So Suffield is a unique school because we are a boarding and a day school. So we have 14 dorms on campus right now, with one more being built and will open in January of 2022. Our dorms range from house-style dorms with as little as 7 students to more communal-sized dorms with anywhere between 40 to 50 students in them. A little bit about our board of trustees, which is an amazing group of people that guide our school into a direction of forward thinking and trying to be the best that we can in the world of boarding schools. So the unique thing about our community specifically, but then is that we have a lot of people who are legacy students, meaning that someone in their family has come to Suffield. We have a lot of faculty members who currently work here that went to Suffield. And even looking at our board, you can see that 16 of our board are Suffield graduates. 5 of them are current parents, meaning they have students here. 14 of them are former parents, and then 2 of them are friends of Suffield. So people who are committed to Suffield, but maybe don't have an exact affiliation to it. And then the last thing is you can see, so last year we had 1,000 applications for 130 openings, and we accepted 27% of that applicant pool, and 50% of them yielded, which means they came to Suffield Academy.
Oh, yeah, that's a not very high rate.
Yeah.
Particularly, I understand, particularly for some, like maybe international student. Yeah, OK。那么刚刚老师也分享了 Suffield 的一些基本的一些信息哈。那么学校呢是走读和寄宿混合的一个学校哈。那么他们现在学校呢大概是有14个这个宿舍哈。那么刚才也提到了宿舍的这个规模也不同，有那种小的像家庭式的7个学生的，也有大的那个比如大的这个宿舍哈，大概能容纳40到50个学生的哈，所以他们有不同的这种类型。那么到明年的1月份呢，他们还会有新的一个这个学校的宿舍完成哈。这是一些学校基本的信息。那么比较重要的呢，他分享了去年在这个录取他是130个学生，那么有收到了大约1000份的这个申请哈。但去年也是一个比较特殊的年份哈，对，因为这个疫情的原因，很多家庭也是特别是本地的家庭就是从公立学校转到私立学校去哈，所以这个数据也是比往年更加激烈的哈。他们大概的录取率呢是27%但是我相信对于特别是国际学生可能会更低一些哈，因为它有一些名额的一些限制。那么大概是有50%录取的学生是最后选择了 Suffield 的。那么这些是一些信息哈。Okay, quick question, Mr. Andrews. So you mentioned that there's a brand new dorm. So does that mean like you're expanding, or you're just trying to provide a better dorm for the student?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So no, Suffield has no plans to expand its student bodies. So we're a student body of 415 students, and that's exactly where we want to stay. This dorm simply just allows for more options for some of our students. So one thing that we're working on is it's going to be for boys. So that's the plan. It's going to be for boys and then 3 faculty members. And one of our current boys dorms, it just needs a little bit of upgrades into the bathrooms and things like that. So we'll upgrade that, and we'll provide those students who would be affected by that upgrade the new housing in the dorm starting this January.
That's right. OK, sure. 刚刚呢，因为老师也提到了，他们有一个全新的一个宿舍哈。那我问了这个问题，可能大家也在想说，学校又建新的宿舍了，是不是有扩招的一个准备呢？那么学校老师刚才也提了哈，他们学校现在的人数呢是450个学生，从9年级到12年级。那么学校的计划就是说，就是这样的一个数字啊，他们不会有一个变化。就是把这个学校的规模还是相对来说。控制的比较小一些。Okay, sure, that is great. Should I move to the next slide?
Of course, yeah, thank you.
Sure.
So just a little bit about the Suffield students. So as I mentioned, we have 415 students. 2/3 of our student body is a boarding school, so we are much heavier on the boarding side than we are day side. 53% male, 47% female. 20% of our student body is international students. So that comes out to be about 100 students, and they come from 20 different countries. And then we have students that come from 23 different states. Our domestic diversity, so take out the international students, and just our domestic diversity is 1/4 of the school. So we're a very diverse community. Our average class size is about 10. Of course, some classes range, but 10 is our comfortable number, if you will. And then we do offer financial assistance. I'll be honest with you, that it's not we do offer it to international students, but it's not all that often that they're getting some bigger packages, but it is offered to international students, which is unique. And then you can see there for the tuition cost, so $65,500 to be a boarding student and $45,000 to be a day. And then 41 students are children of alumni, and 97 students have a sibling who attended Suffield. So we are very family-oriented community, and the family orientation kind of even runs past several decades, which is exciting for us.
Yeah, sure. OK， 那么这边呢有一些学校的数据，我给大家给大家翻译一下哈。刚才可能我前面没有特别注意听哈，学校的人数是415哈，不是450人，所以基本上呢有2/3的学生是寄宿的哈。我们男生的比例是53%哈，女生是47%，稍微少一点。那么整体上国际学生呢是占20%，数字上大概是100多个学生哈。加上就是他们本土的学生。25%的一个多元化的一个比例哈，其实学校还是非常非常多元化的。那么学校是小班授课哈，每个班就是每个这个班级差不多就10个学生，所以是比较小的哈。那么他刚才也这个提到了哈，对于有一些学生，他们也是提供一些就是经济这个就是这种补助不是叫什么助学金的哈，但是呢国际学生也可以申请，但是我想他可能要根据每个学生不同的情况来提供。那么他刚才也提了一些数字哈，就是他们学校还是非常注重这些就是他们之前的一些就是从学校毕业的一些校友啊，还有一些这个他们的这个已经在那儿就读的一些家庭哈，所以他也有一个数字，包括有41个学生哈是他们之前毕业校友的孩子，那么还有一些学生都是现有的一个这个在读的学生的一些兄弟姐妹这样的一个情况哈，就是学校还是非常注重这种传承的哈，因为有很多家庭都是在他们那边几代都在同一个学校读书，是这样的一个情况。
And Cindy, one thing I'll point out too, sorry, I just want to, so as you go through the slideshow, all these pictures are of Suffield Academy. So just so people are aware, I didn't just take them off the internet. So that is Brewster Hall, which is our dining hall in our student union. And it is on the top floor of Brewster. It's a very small boarding house as well. So it's a small dorm. It has 8 students there.
OK, sure. 然后可能刚刚这个家长也在问，这个图片上的这个 PPT 上的图片是不是都是学校的？他说这些都是学校的图片，包括咱们在现在这个 PPT 上看到的这张图呢，就是他们学校的。So this is called a student union.
Correct. So it's Brewster Hall, and the basement is our student union. It's where our school store is, our post offices. We have like a snack shack down there that's open when meals are not in session. And then the upstairs, you can kind of see like the top windows, if you will. That's the dining hall.
OK, sure. 对，这个就是他们其中就是学生的活动中心啊，还有就是这个像他们的这个信件室呀。是在这个 building 里面哈，在这个建筑里面。OK, that's good. That looks very pretty.
And then as we head here, so this is just a little bit about our application. So we have sort of 2 decisions. So we have the early application, which is for students to know they want to come to Suffield. So if you apply for early application and you're accepted, the expectation is that you become a Suffield student. So it's kind of like early decision of college. So that's kind of what that process is. And then the more regular application, which is what more traditional boarding schools will do, would be January 15th apply date, March 10 you find out, and then April 10th is when you have to make your decision.
Okay.
It's hard to see, but this is just dates. And what I can do is in follow-up emails to you, Cindy, I can send you our application page, which has this laid out much more easier to read.
But that's yeah, I understand some college has that. So your school that just started this, or you always been doing this?
No, so we've done it the last 2 years, and it's been really successful for us. So last year it was great. We had nearly our entire freshman class almost placed at early decision, which is great.
Okay. So is a higher acceptance rate for the early?
No, I wouldn't say it's a higher acceptance rate. It's just there's a lot of not a lot, but there's a fair number of students who will get placed on the wait list here, which if you get placed on the wait list for early, you just get rolled over to regular. But I think it's, the students that are applying for this, they really, really want to be at Suffield, and we really want them to be here as well. So it's kind of a mutual, like, okay, we know you want to be here and we know we want you. So let's try to make it work.
Yeah, that's wonderful. 那么刚刚呢， 学校老师分享了一下，就是他们学校的一个就是申请一个比较特别的一点哈。那么这个呢，并不是每个寄宿学校都有，但他们学校是有的，是在去年2年之前开始实施的哈。那么一个是呢早申请，这可能跟美国的大学有些相似啊。早申请呢，是就是对于一些学生，如果你就是确定我一定要来 Suffield 上学，那么早申请的截止日期会早一些，是12月10号之前就要把所有的材料都提交上哈。那么它的这个就是你需要就是如果你被录取了，那学校的这个期待就是你一定是来的，因为这个就是早申请的一个意义所在哈。你提早学校提早看你的材料，提早给你一个通知，那么你是在这个1月3号之前就需要交这个入学的押金哈。那么另外就是一个普通的一个申请，跟其他寄宿学校都是一样的，是1月15号截止的。那么是这样的一个情况哈。学校也是就是通过这个早申请，他们有很多学生就提前会把这个名额就占了哈。当然就是如果在早申请阶段没有被录取的学生，他还是在普通申请的这个阶段还是会再看一下再看你的这种申请的哈。所以呢这个也是比较特别的 Suffield 这边做的一个录取方面的就是一个具体的一些安排。Sure.
And Cindy, real quick, so the chat is kind of picking up a little bit, and some of the messages have been in English, so I'm able to read.
Do you want to answer them now? Usually, so we could go through the presentation, and in the end of that, we just go through all this question in the chat and answer them all together. Do you think that that's better?
Oh, no, of course. Yeah, I just wanted to point out one. So Suffield we are doing tours. So in-person visits you can schedule. So at the end, I will put the link to our inquiry form where you can schedule your own tour, and I'll put the email as well where you can reach out. But I did just see that come in, and a couple of people seem to have interest in that.
Some of them, if you know, when I am translating, you wanted to reply to them in English, they understand that's definitely. 对，因为有些家长也在群里在问关于今年学校是不是有这个校园的一个参观的一个安排哈。那么是有的，学校今年是有安排的哈。That's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Next slide.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to the next slide.
Great. Yeah. So athletics here. So extracurriculars in general are a big part of Suffield. So as a student of Suffield, you have to do 3 seasons of extracurricular. So every season, fall, winter, spring, you have to be doing something. So some of our interscholastic sports include football, baseball, track and field, softball, field hockey, alpine skiing, squash, are probably our most, when everyone asks like, what's your best sport? I always say swimming. So swimming is probably our strongest sport. We also do have a number of non-interscholastic options as well. So we have an outdoor yoga studio. It's called the Balance Barn. So it's this beautiful, beautiful building that hosts our yoga studio. We have fitness classes, we have dance classes, we have stage crew for our theater, and then Solo. So Solo is Suffield Outdoor Leadership Opportunity. And this is a place where students get to experience the outdoors every day. So in addition to our Balance Barn, we do have a high ropes course and a low ropes course here on campus. We have a lot of, they'll go mountain biking, they'll go hiking, they'll do snowshoeing, they'll go skiing, they'll go snowboarding. So there's a lot for them to do. And being in New England, where we're really lucky because we get to experience all 4 seasons. So this morning, for example, it started off pretty cold. It was about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and right now it's about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So it does heat up a little bit, but we'll hit those days pretty soon where the snow starts to come down and the mountains get ready for skiing and snowboarding.
Wow, that's very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So you just mentioned 3 seasons extracurricular. Does that also include other clubs or you particularly sports?
Nope. So it includes, so it can be any of our, and again, this is just a small sample size of our non-interscholastic, but it can include any of those non-interscholastic options here on the screen. Of course, sports as well. And we have sports at all different levels. So we have varsity, sub-varsity, JV, thirds. And then there are some other options as well. Like if you do the theater program, which is huge here on campus. So we have a gorgeous theater with a wood shop where students build their own stage designs and everything. So it's a really, really wonderful program. And Mr. Dugan, who runs that, he does an amazing job where our first show this year is in December, and then we'll do one in the spring as well. And students can do that as their extracurricular.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, sure. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, of course.
老师特别讲了一下学校的体育项目，学校体育项目是非常非常强的。那么他们分为不同的这个三个季节三季的这个体育的安排哈。那么有学校的校队，还有针对于一些学生，如果你就刚开始学哈，你可以去进入到一个就是更低一级别的这个学校的这个校队哈。那么他提到学校要求在这个每一个季呢，学生都是需要参加课外活动，不论是这些课外活动是体育也好这个舞台剧也好，或者是你去做木工也好哈，就是都是要求学生每一季要去参加这样的一个课外活动的一个安排的。那么他们学校的这个体育就这个体育里面游泳是非常非常强的哈，所以针对于比较喜欢游泳，想要在学校这个高中大展拳脚的这个游泳健将哈，是可以的，是一定可以选择这个学校的哈。对对，这个就是基本上关于学校的课外活动的一些介绍啊。这个图片大家也能看到，的确是这个设施这个非常非常的好哈。那么除了校队以外呢，如果学生不想参加校队，也有其他的像瑜伽呀，然后舞蹈然后还有这个滑雪哈。因为学校是在康涅狄格，所以呢冬季呢学校也会组织非常多的滑雪的一些活动哈。因为四季分明，也是非常非常漂亮的一个这个州环境还有四季都非常的宜人，非常的美。Sure. Let's go to the next slide.
Yeah, so as I was just talking about, in addition to the extracurriculars, performing arts is absolutely huge here. So whether it's through our music department, our theater, or dance, we have a number of opportunities for students to get involved. And your involvement doesn't necessarily have to be center stage. It can be in the background, it can be working the lights, it can be getting people ready to get out on stage. As I mentioned, we have we have a wood shop here on campus that our performing arts uses for stage design and stuff. So if you're really handy and you are interested in designing sets, you can do that as well. And then as you can see at the bottom, so we put on 2 major theatrical performances each year. So one in the winter and then one in the spring. We put on 3 guitar shows, an act festival, a playwrights festival, jazz and ensemble performances, and then a number of choral performances, as well as our full dance productions. So when you talk about performing arts and you talk about someone who's talented in that area and is looking to find a school that we can fit their need and their want, Suffield Academy is definitely a place for that.
Yeah, wonderful. 那么这个是学校的这个表演艺术的这个部分哈，那包括音乐呀、舞台剧舞蹈哈。他刚才于老师刚才也提到了，他每一年有2个比较大的一些这个就是舞台剧的一个就是学校的一个安排哈。所以就是对于喜欢艺术类的学生哈，那么学校这个各方面的活动和安排是非常丰富的哈。相信学生在这里也能够找到就是展示自己热情这个的舞台。对 ，OK， I think you're muted.
I'm sorry. Here we go. So in addition to performing arts, we also have gorgeous visual art spaces. So as you enter into our Tremaine Arts Center, we have a gorgeous studio, which is home to like more of our traditional drawing classes and our advanced studio art classes. And then as you head downstairs, we have our digital photography lab. We have a dark room on campus. We have a ceramic studio here on campus as well. And then we also have our art gallery. So you can walk into and you can see some student artwork. So one thing that's really unique is you can't really see it in my office because the camera is faced the other way, but I have several student art pieces hanging from my walls. So it's a wonderful way for us to display them, and it makes our offices look a little nicer. So, and then, when you talk about the traditional art courses, so in addition to photography, ceramics, digital photography, traditional photography, we offer a media course as well in the arts. And then we do have, we just want everyone who takes part in the art classes. So you will have to do 1 year of art, and we know that art's not for everyone. So we just want everyone to feel that no matter what discipline they go into, there's a place for them and they have the resources to kind of excel. And whether that's excelling by having your artwork on display or it's excelling by learning a new technique, everyone's a little different. And we just want to make sure that whatever you need or whatever excelling is to you in art, we're there for you.
Yeah, that's right. 那么刚才呢，学校老师也讲了一下学校的这个视觉艺术哈。那么除了他们比较传统的这个绘画呢，刚才老师也提到了，他会有这个摄影啊，会有这个就是做这些陶瓷呀，还有就是这些课程哈。那么他还有自己的这个就是冲洗照片的地方哈。那么对于学校来讲呢，就是每一个学生都是愿意让学生有一个这样的一个机会去展示自己艺术方面的一个才能哈。那么你在4年的高中当中有1年一定是要去上这个艺术课程的，不论你的水平是怎么样子的哈，但是学校老师都会提供这样的一个机会让你去学习艺术方方面面的一些这个技能。
So in addition to what we had talked about with the athletics, and when you had asked Cindy about other extracurriculars that may fulfill those requirements, so we have a very involved investment club here on campus that's run by a faculty member who studied finance and worked in the investment industry for a while. We have a very strong Model UN team who actually goes out and competes. Our quiz team it's really unique. They head out to different competitions each year, and it's there's a big one at a local college down the road from us, and it's kind of like it's like game show style, if you will. So anyone that may be familiar with like Jeopardy or shows like that, which is just like a quiz show here in the States. So it's kind of modeled around that. And then we have your traditional academic clubs, so chemistry club, and then we also do have some unique clubs here on campus too. So sustainability is something that we're really proud of. So like Tree is actually the name of the club, and it's our sustainability club here on campus. And we actually have on campus out near our solo barn, we actually have a solar panels out there, and it's a giant solar panel field, and it actually powers 36% of the school, which is really unique. So we're really excited about that, and we're really excited about where we're growing and where we're moving forward to in that in the area of sustainability. So, and you could see chess club a cappella as well.
OK， 那么学校呢也提供超过40个以上的俱乐部哈，刚才也提到了几个，像包括他们有这种投资俱乐部呀，也是学校的老师之前是在这个金融有过很多从业经历的现在学校去教书的老师去办的哈。那么希望通过这样的俱乐部给学生提供更多的金融方面的一些知识。那么包括学校的这个模拟联合国也是非常非常的这个强的一个俱乐部哈。那么就除了这些，就当然这是一部分了哈。那么学校老师也提到了，像他们学校也非常专注这个叫 可持续性发展哈，他们学校有一个非常大的一个太阳能的板，这个太阳能板能够就是说有大概36%的学校的这个能源都是从这个太阳能板上产生的哈，所以呢就是这些俱乐部还是非常丰富的哈，学生都是可以根据自己的这个兴趣爱好，包括这个这个唱歌也好哈，你是去这个围棋也好，方方面面的这样的俱乐部都是非常多的。
And then this is just a little bit about our faculty here. So we have 89 faculty members, 48 of them which have graduate degrees, ranging from master's degrees to doctorates, and then 10 of which are in process of getting that. So amongst our faculty, they're extremely educated, which of course is important, especially as you think about sending your child to the States, wanting to make sure that they're getting educated by someone who is, not only passionate about their field, but can set them up for success long-term as well. And then our head of school is Mr. Charlie Can. So what's unique about Mr. Can is that he actually started here in the mid 80s, and he started as a lacrosse coach and an English teacher, and he's kind of a unique to boarding school, if you will, especially here in New England, because he's worked his way up. He's never been at another school, so he's only ever been here, and he's actually been our head of school for 18 years, which is a long run. Most head of schools are usually 10, maybe 7 to 10 years, and he's on year 18. So he has seen, he has not only seen, but he's also been a part of, the great changes that Suffield has had. So since 2014, we've redone every single building on campus to be more modern and to be more updated, and kind of put ourselves in a position where we can be an elite school when kids come to visit.
Yeah, wonderful. 那么刚刚老师介绍了一下学校的一些这个师资哈，那么现在学校有89个老师，那么48个老师是有这个高级学位的哈，这高级学位就是说研究生以上的哈，甚至博士的学位，那么还有这个7个老师是正在就是这个上他们的这个研究生的一些学位哈，那么大家提到了学校老师都是非常就是很专注的，那么在学校的这个不但是在自己的领域哈，非常的出色，那么也非常的专注，很多老师都是在学校待了很多年。那么他特别刚才也提了，就是学校的校长哈 Mr. Can， 然后他呢其实就是说是从相当于80年代中就一直就是在这个 Suffield 任职哈，从开始去做这个学校的教练，一直到现在学校的这个校长哈，就是在学校有18年的这样的一个历史哈。他想说明的就是说，学校的这个老师真的是就是说，对学校的这个非常非常的专注和热爱哈。那么他的校长也是在这么长时间，因为一般的学校校长可能7到10年就要换哈，但他在Suffield 就是任职这么久，做了这个18年的这个校长哈，那么是非常专注的，也是见证了学校很多成长。他也提到，从2018年开始哈，Suffield 这边就开始进行学校校园的一些更新哈，希望给学生哈提供一个更好的一个学习和生活的一个环境。
And then the last slide is just kind of where we're at today. So for Suffield, an endowment is such an important part of an independent school, and kind of the way that they're able to continue to grow and continue to push themselves forward. And as I mentioned, our board of trustees is always forward thinking, and how we can be the best version of not only ourselves but also be an elite contender here in the States. So our endowment right now is currently at $75 million, and it's grown 25 million in the last 6 years. So when you talk about kind of what we've been able to do with having new buildings and opening of a new dorm and upgrading and providing more faculty housing and providing the students, of course, is the most important part, but providing students with the best student experience that they can have, whether it's in the classroom, on the stage, in the balance barn, on the athletic fields. So our goal within the next 5 years is to continue growing and be at 100 million. And that's Mr. Can's goal is to be at 100 million within the next couple of years. So in 2033 will actually be our 200th year. So we were established in 1833. So obviously the ultimate goal is to be there before then, but definitely by 2033 is to be at 100 million.
Okay, sure. Wonderful. 那么学校老师刚才也分享了，对于私立学校来讲哈，学校的这种就是接受捐赠的，就是这个金额也是非常非常重要。为什么重要呢？因为接受的这些就是包括校友啊或者各方面的一些捐赠，其实都是展示了学校的这个财力，这个财力也是能够为学生、为校园，就是说来提供更好的一些资源和这个设施哈。那么他也分享到，截止到就是今年的这个9月1号哈，学校一共有7500多万美金的一个捐赠哈，在过去的6年当中也是增长了非常非常的多。那么学校也是希望在后续的这种这个后续接下来的时间里学校有一个更多的一个成长哈。Okay, so this is the last slide.
Yeah, so I was just going to say, so this is the last slide. So, thank you all for paying attention and kind of, I don't know what is going on in the chat. Like I can't understand it, but I know there's a lot of questions. So I'm happy to take some time and answer them.
Yeah, those are wonderful questions. So, so what am I going to do is I'm going to pick some of them. I know some of them are in English. So you can answer that. I will translate. So let me just look at it at this moment. Thank you for your sharing. It's very insightful presentation. I definitely help the parents to learn more about Suffield. Who is the Suffield Academy, right? What kind of school it is. 那么接下来非常感谢Mr. Andrews 的分享哈。那么接下来的时间呢，我们就给我看群里很多问题哈，我们来看一下因为有一些可能也在这个分享当中已经说到了哈，但我们可以看一下具体的一个信息。Okay, let's just take a look of that. Yeah, one question is about the acceptance rate. It's 27%, but they assume like some parents ask, they think the international student acceptance rate might be lower. So I don't know if you have the number at this moment. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't have the exact number. I would say, each year of the 1,000 applications that we get, or a little bit higher, nearly about 300 of them are international students, if not a little bit more. So, I can share with you that it's not necessarily lower. It's just a smaller pool, if you will, So, and a lot of international students that we work with are coming from junior boarding schools as well. So those are the schools that are here in the States that offer boarding grades 5 through 9. So again, when you're, we only have 100 international students. That's kind of our number, right? That's what we're looking for. Last year, we only had 130 open spots because of beds purposes. So, you got to think about 30 of them are international, and then the other 100 are going to be domestic. So it's hard to say it's less. It's just the pool size is different. So.
Yeah, that's right. So you said last year probably 300 applications from international students. You only have 30 students.
No. I'm just saying that's about it. That's not definite numbers. That's just an estimate. It is about what it will be.
You had a lot last 30 space for international student last year.
Yeah, and I think in Cindy, I think speaking candidly, we all know last year was tough as well with COVID. So, the international applicants were definitely down. I think we'll be back up to close to 500 this year. But it all depends. I've been on a few calls this year with some people who are like, yeah, our kids are ready. International kids are ready to come to the States, and others who are, yeah, we're not ready to go yet.
Definitely. So what is the international Chinese student like percentile in the international
Yes. So we only have 20 Chinese students.
20 in the whole school.
In the whole school. Well, sorry, 20 that are international students. Like we have some Chinese American students, but yeah.
OK, sure. 那么刚刚呢，一些有家长在问哈，就是关于国际学生比例啊、中国学生比例，那么包括录取的一些信息哈，我觉得这个也是家长非常关注的。那么刚才呢 ，Andrews 先生也是也是说到了，那么国际学生肯定相对来说要低相对来说肯定要低一些，因为主要是国际学生的比例，因为只有占学校的20%嘛，所以说会相对来说低一些。那么他也提到了哈，很多学生都是从这个美国的，就是寄宿中学毕业以后申请他们学校的哈。其实这也是提供了一个信息给大家，就说明如果咱们的孩子想要冲刺就是高中，特别是 top 的这个寄宿高中的话呢，其实初中能够早出来几年，我觉得也是一个非常好的一个安排哈。那么因为我们的活动接下来也有一些学校是这个寄宿初中的哈。我相信大家可以就是多听一下那么寄宿初中的一些情况。那么在这个学校的中国学生的话比例，他说大概是在就国际学生哈，就当然不算本土的这个中国就中国裔的就中国的就美国的华裔这样的一个情况，大概就是全校4个年级一共是20个学生啊，也就是每个年级就是5个学生这样的一个比例哈。对，所以不是特别的高。Okay, sure. Thank you. Let's yeah, they wanted to know like some like activity like event or like a like activity arrangement for like a weekend for the student. Yeah.
Yeah, so the weekends here are pretty unique. So there's a lot of opportunities. So so one thing too, so we have Saturday classes here, right? So that's something that's important to know. We have half days on Wednesday, like most boarding schools do. So then we make up for the other half on Saturday. So the weekends here are really just Saturday night. But for example, last weekend, we took a trip to a local fair that was here. It's called the Big E. We had a movie trip. We had a trip to different restaurants in the area. We're in a pretty unique area where kids can actually just walk off campus and go to like a coffee shop, or they can go to the grocery store, or they can go to the bank, or there's like a CVS over there, which is like a little convenience store. But then some of our bigger trips, if you will, would include like a weekend into Boston, or Hartford is not far. We're actually on the same road as Bradley Airport, which is nice, so for convenience for coming in and out. But then we try to do a lot on campus as well. So whether it's a movie on the green with snacks, or it's watching some sporting events with some special food, or we'll bring laser tag to campus and we'll turn our gym into a laser tag. So there's a lot that we try to do. I think what parents, or I hope parents like to hear this, we try to keep the kids as busy as possible, because they're here in the States, they're far away from home, so we just want to keep them as busy as possible.
Yeah, wonderful. OK， 刚刚有家长也问了一下学校的一些周末的一些安排。那么 Suffield 这边呢，他周3的课是半天，所以呢，周6他是要上半天课的。那么他们周末的活动呢，就是其实安排的还是非常多的。他刚才也提了一下哈，那么包括他们会去一些就是在这个学校附近的组织的一些小的这个 local 的一些活动啊。那么包括他们去看电影啊，然后去餐厅啊，就是去学校外面的一些餐厅啊哈用餐。那么学校这边呢，周边也有一些就是你可以就是走出校园哈，去到一些像什么咖啡馆呀，然后这个买一些日用品的地方，其实还是很方便的。那么有的时候有这个长周末的时候，他们也会带孩子去周边的城市，像波士顿啊，还有康涅狄格的首府哈，那个 Hartford 这些城市哈，去做一些活动。所以学校这边呢，还是安排的非常丰富的哈。那么因为是寄宿学校，肯定是要保证学生周末的活动安排的一个这个各方面的一个多元化和这个丰富程度哈。那么因为时间的原因哈，我们今天的这个活动呢就到此就是今天的活动就到此结束了哈。我知道呢群里还有一些家长在问一些问题那么因为我们时间的原因呢，我们就没办法一一去作答哈。在后面呢，大家可以去预约我们的这个小助手，也就是我们的这个 微信群里的小助手来进行这个进行1对1的一个这个预约哈。那么然后呢，我需要预告一下，那么预告一下什么呢？就是我们还有其他的一个活动，除了我们今天早上的学校以外呢，我们的晚上7点半还会有3所学校，来自于就是不同的地区，还有包括这个周三、周四、周五，所以呢，也是希望大家继续关注我们的这个群内的一些消息哈，继续参加我们的活动。So thank you, Mr. Andrew, for your time. I think it's pretty late already. So due to the time limits, our event need to wrap up now. But I know a lot of we still got a few questions in the WeChat, WeChat Zoom chat. But we will make sure if this family, their answer is the question is not answered, we will reach out to you later on, for more inquiry. But thank you for your time. I really appreciate. We'll keep in touch.
Absolutely, thank you. And I'm just going to leave my email in the chat, and then I'll have WeChat as well. So I'll put that.
OK, cool 哈。学校老师也把他的这个联系方式留在了这个群里哈。对，所以后续呢有具体的一些咨询可以跟我们的老师再单独来约时间。好，那我们就晚上见。非常感谢大家的这个参与哈。国内的时间特别是也是比较晚了，也祝大家这个中秋节愉快。然后我们晚上见。
All right, thank you very much, Cindy. We'll be in touch, and I hope everyone has a good night.
Yes, thank you. Okay, bye.